Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Daniel Lopez, the Blind Samurai, and today I wanted to show you what I didn't like about the shirasayas or shirasaya. It was both Musashi and the Makoto. They were both the same, so I even think they're the same sword, just painted a little bit different. So, okay, here it is. It's the shirasaya. A lot of people who saw it, they thought it was like a bokken or just one piece of wood or something. I mean, it does feel nice. It kind of feels really plasticky. Both the handle and the saya or scabbard. I was going to present this video a different way, but I haven't been able to do so because it's been more than a week and the conditions here did not allow me to do so. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you is that it doesn't have the kurigata here, which is the little ring. It's a little ring on the left side of the scabbard if you're holding it this way, front face, or holding it in your hands ready for action. And that little ring, what it does, it holds the sagale, the string or the cord that is usually wrapped in a little nice bow, or you could use it to tie your obi or belt, the sword onto the belt. And it has another use, at least what I use it for. I use that little ring to lock it in place, to lock the sword in place on my belt. So when I draw the sword, that's one of the things this doesn't have that a katana has. And I kind of didn't like another thing, the second thing. I don't really want to say numbers because I might forget what number I'm on. Yeah, there's a lot of noise back here. There's like people racing or something on a motorcycle. So it doesn't have the suba, the handguard. And it has multiple purposes, but especially when you draw, that helps you unlock the sword from the scabbard by pushing on it with your thumb, like so. Okay. And when you push that, it helps unlock. So, because like right now it feels, there we go. You don't want to feel that jerky motion when you open a sword. Because if the sword is really sharp and it cuts through the scabbard, you could cut your hand. It could go right through it and through your hand. And let me see, what else? Okay. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. When I hold this sword, I don't know if it's the proper way or not, but I don't want to risk cutting my hand like I just opened it right now. I would usually put my hand under it, under the scabbard, like so. My left hand. And with my right hand, with my left hand, I will pull back on the scabbard, and with my right hand, I'll push forward the handle. Which brings me to the next point. Point 3, I think. So, so when you're pulling on the scabbard, the handle, the handle is really smooth and slippery. So your hand could either slip off, and you don't open it right. You might be able to jerk the sword front and it'll come back at you or something. Or you could send the sword flying if you do pull it out and send the sword flying. I'm going to take it out just for you guys so you could see it. It is a pretty sword. And this brings me to the other conclusion, or 4. Not conclusion, but... Well, yeah, this is the last one concluding it, so... The 4th reason I didn't like it, it's too heavy on the tip, like more than halfways of the blade. I would say, yeah, a little bit more than halfways. You can't say like 2/3 or yeah, because 2/3 would be, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would say half the blade or a little bit less. But it feels really heavy. It's too heavy. It feels like if you have an axe, if you're holding on to a slippery axe. And that's another thing that kind of I didn't like about it, because in combination with it being slippery, and it feels like an axe, it doesn't feel like it's really good like for sword drawing, like draw cuts and such. Like I have other swords that are top heavy, but this is way too top heavy. And so is the Musha version of it. They're way too heavy. Another thing I was gonna mention, I totally forgot. This was for the handle part. So, excuse me. When you take it out, sometimes when you do a draw cut, and the swords do have a suba, and you do a draw cut, sometimes when you get the sword out, you get it either from the middle. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's happening to that I can't talk. All right, you get the sword like from the middle, a little bit higher up, down, or whatever. It doesn't matter. And then you need to readjust your hand again, your grip. Usually for that, I push the suba from the handle. I push it down to get the perfect grip. Because if it's too high here, you could hurt yourself, like I did in one of my Kenshin videos. Sakabato. When I cut that bamboo, my knuckle was too close to the suba, and I hit the bamboo. It didn't go through, and that impact, it cut my finger. I was cut like for more than a month because of the diabetes, and that was not fun. But what I was going with that for this sword, especially if you're doing everything by feel, you're not going to feel that tsuba. It's probably a bad habit or something, but if you don't and you go too up, you're going to go on the blade and you're going to cut yourself by readjusting your hands or your grip. So once you cut, sometimes you pull your hand up so you could fit your second hand, your left hand. And you see, like right now, I would go way too up. It might stop where the collar or the habaki is that this little thing right here, this metal. It might stop there, but it's still, iffy. If it goes more up, I'm gonna end up cutting my hand. I would not suggest this sword or the Musha one to beginners. For a sword collection, it's cool, it's nice. It looks pretty. Even though I can't see it, it feels pretty. It's nice, smooth. It's just too damn heavy on the tip. I wouldn't say it's practical because of the slippery thing. A lot of people might say it's not slippery. To my hands it is. Everyone's different. I don't have the smoothest hands ever, but it's, to me it's slip. I didn't even try cutting with this sword, to be honest with you guys, just for those reasons. I mean, I could draw it and all, but I don't wanna risk it flying away from my hand when I attempt to cut, and either hurting myself, someone, or the property, or my camera, which is also my phone. Let me see what else. Other than that, just to have, if you want a shirasaya, it's pretty cool to have a shirasaya. But practical use, I wouldn't use it. And I wouldn't recommend it, especially to beginners. Because people beginning with their sword journey, they might do a lot of mistakes that might cause them a serious injury to their hands or to property or to someone else, maybe someone that's filming them. Accidents do happen, and I'm trying to prevent an accident by letting you guys know this. Yeah, and they both came out heavy. I don't know if other shirasaya makers make their swords the same way and they're still top heavy. But these two came out like that, and it's too much of a coincidence, you know. I don't really believe in coincidence. So yeah. So you could do whatever you want, but I'm just letting you know that's my thoughts. And that's both shirasayas, the Makoto one and the Musha one. And I love Musha, don't get me wrong, that's like one of my favorite sword companies. Musha Musashi. But both swords came out exactly the same. The only difference between this one and the Musha sword, this one this one is easy to take out of the scabbard. The other one, it got really tight, which causes it's even more dangerous, because now when you gotta pull it open, it takes more strength. So that if you don't have proper form or strength, you're gonna either go up on the handle and you could cut. Either way, the scabbard is gonna end up getting cut. If you pull up too much, it's gonna cut more from where you have your left hand when you're drawing. And if you pull downward too much, it's still gonna pull. It's gonna cut from the bottom part of the scabbard, like to the point part of the kisake. And that's gonna cut through all the sword, especially if you sharpened your sword or you did any other modifications to it. Yeah. So that's my take on these shirasaya. Thank you all for watching and for listening to me, for your love and support. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. Any questions you have or any doubts, let me know and I will answer you. I'll make sure to answer you. Because sometimes I don't even get the notifications that someone posted a comment. But I'll go through my videos to check the comments just in case. I might get late to you, but I will get to you. And like I said, thank you. Thank you for watching.